Chinese civilization is one of the oldest and most complex in the world. It has been shaped by thousands of years of history, culture, philosophy, and technology, and has had a profound influence on the development of East Asia and the world. In this essay, we will explore the history and characteristics of Chinese civilization, including its political systems, economic structures, social organization, art and architecture, literature, philosophy, and religion. History. Chinese civilization has a long and complex history that dates back to the Neolithic period, around 10,000 BCE. The first Chinese dynasty, the Xia dynasty, is said to have been established around 2100 BCE, followed by the Shang dynasty around 1600 BCE. The Zhou dynasty, which lasted from 1046 BCE to 256 BCE, was a critical period in Chinese history, as it saw the emergence of Confucianism and Taoism, two of the most important philosophical and religious traditions in Chinese civilization. During the Qing dynasty, 221 BCE to 206 BCE, the first emperor of China, Qin Shi Huang, unified the country and established a centralized bureaucratic system that would last for centuries. He also ordered the construction of the Great Wall of China, which would eventually become one of the most famous landmarks in the world. The Han dynasty, 206 BCE to 220 CE, was another significant period in Chinese history, as it saw the expansion of the empire's territory and the development of trade and commerce. The Tang dynasty, 618 to 907 CE, is considered a golden age of Chinese civilization, as it saw the flourishing of literature, art, and culture, as well as the expansion of Buddhism into China. The Song dynasty, 960 to 1279 CE, was another crucial period in Chinese history, as it saw the development of Neo-Confucianism and the emergence of a merit-based civil service examination system that would shape Chinese politics for centuries. The Ming dynasty, 1368 to 1644 CE, was a period of cultural and artistic achievement, as well as territorial expansion. The Qing dynasty, 1644 to 1912 CE, was the last imperial dynasty of China, and its collapse marked the end of the traditional system of government in China. Political systems. Chinese civilization has had several political systems throughout its history. The earliest systems were based on the idea of a divine mandate, where the ruler was seen as a representative of the gods or ancestors. This system evolved into the concept of the mandate of heaven, where the ruler had to govern justly and effectively, or risk losing his or her right to rule. During the Zhou dynasty, the idea of the mandate of heaven was combined with the concept of the Son of Heaven, where the ruler was seen as the intermediary between the gods and the people. This system continued through the imperial period, where the emperor had absolute authority over the state and was seen as a godlike figure. In addition to the imperial system, there were also periods of decentralization, where regional kingdoms or warlords had significant power. The most significant of these periods was the Warring States period, 475 to 221 BCE, where several powerful states vied for dominance over the others. This period was marked by intense military competition, as well as significant intellectual and cultural development, as philosophers like Confucius and Laozi developed their ideas. Economic structures. Chinese civilization has a long history of agricultural and commercial development. The early agricultural period was marked by the cultivation of rice, millet, and other crops, as well as the development of irrigation systems and other technologies. During the Han dynasty, the Silk Road trade routes opened up, connecting China with the rest of Asia and Europe and leading to significant economic growth. During the Tang dynasty, the equal field system was established, which aimed to redistribute land and promote economic equality. This system allocated land based on a person's needs, rather than their social status, and was designed to prevent the concentration of land in the hands of a few wealthy families. The Tang dynasty also saw the development of a market economy, with the emergence of guilds, banking systems, and a merchant class. The Song dynasty saw significant advances in agriculture and technology, including the invention of printing, gunpowder, and the compass. The development of these technologies helped to increase productivity and fostered economic growth, leading to an increase in trade and commerce. During the Ming Dynasty, China became a major economic power, with a strong emphasis on trade and commerce. The voyages of Shang, a Chinese explorer, helped to expand China's trading networks and establish diplomatic relationships with other countries. However, the later years of the Ming Dynasty were marked by economic decline and corruption, leading to the collapse of the dynasty and the establishment of the Qing Dynasty. Social organization. Chinese civilization has a complex social hierarchy that has evolved over time. During the early period, society was organized around kinship and family relationships, with the family being the primary unit of social and economic organization. The Confucian emphasis on the importance of family relationships and filial piety further reinforced this system, with obedience to parents and elders being seen as a fundamental social virtue. During the imperial period, society was organized around the imperial court, with the emperor and his officials at the top of the hierarchy. Beneath them were the scholar officials, who were selected through the civil service examination system and held significant power and influence. Beneath them were the commoners, who were divided into several social classes based on their occupation, wealth, and status. Art and architecture. Chinese civilization has a rich and diverse artistic and architectural tradition that spans thousands of years. Chinese art is known for its emphasis on harmony, balance, and natural beauty, as well as its use of calligraphy and symbolism. Some of the most famous examples of Chinese art include jade carvings, porcelain, silk paintings, and bronze sculptures. Chinese architecture is also known for its beauty and complexity, with a strong emphasis on symmetry and proportion. Traditional Chinese architecture features ornate roofs, decorative eaves, and intricate carvings, as well as a strong use of wood and other natural materials. Some of the most famous examples of Chinese architecture include the Great Wall of China, the Forbidden City, and the Temple of Heaven. Literature. Chinese literature is one of the richest and most diverse in the world, with a history that spans thousands of years. Chinese literature is known for its use of symbolism, metaphor, and allegory, as well as its emphasis on morality, virtue, and social harmony. Some of the most famous works of Chinese literature include the Tao Te Ching, the Analects of Confucius, and the Dream of the Red Chamber. During the Tang Dynasty, Chinese poetry reached its peak, with poets like Li Bai and Du Fu producing some of the most beautiful and profound poetry in the world. The Song Dynasty saw the development of the novel, with works like The Water Margin and The Journey to the West becoming enduring classics of Chinese literature. Philosophy. Chinese civilization has a rich and diverse philosophical tradition that has had a profound influence on the development of East Asia and the world. Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism are the three most significant philosophical and religious traditions in Chinese civilization. Confucianism emphasizes the importance of social order, family relationships, and education, as well as the cultivation of virtue and morality. Taoism emphasizes the importance of living in harmony with nature, simplicity, and spontaneity, as well as the cultivation of inner peace. Taoism is a philosophical and religious tradition that originated in China and has had a significant impact on Chinese civilization and beyond. Taoism emphasizes the importance of living in harmony with nature, simplicity, and spontaneity, as well as the cultivation of inner peace and harmony. The central text of Taoism is the Tao Te Ching, which is attributed to the legendary figure Lao Tzu. The Tao Te Ching is a short, poetic work that presents the fundamental principles of Taoism. These principles include the importance of following the Tao, or the Way, which is the natural order of the universe. According to Taoism, the Tao is the ultimate source of all things and is beyond human understanding. One of the key principles of Taoism is the importance of living in harmony with nature. Taoism emphasizes the interconnectedness of all things and the importance of respecting and caring for the natural world. Taoist teachings emphasize the importance of simplicity and humility, as well as the avoidance of excess and extravagance. Taoism also emphasizes the importance of spontaneity and living in the present moment. Taoist teachings stress the importance of letting go of attachments to the past and the future and focusing on the present moment. This emphasis on spontaneity and living in the moment is reflected in many Taoist practices, such as meditation and Qigong. Another key principle of Taoism is the cultivation of inner peace and harmony. Taoist teachings stress the importance of cultivating a peaceful and harmonious inner state, which can be achieved through practices such as meditation, Qigong, and the cultivation of virtue and morality. Taoism emphasizes the importance of living in a state of balance and harmony, both within oneself and in one's relationships with others. Taoism has had a significant impact on Chinese culture and has influenced many aspects of Chinese civilization, including art, literature, and philosophy. Taoist ideas and practices are reflected in many Chinese artistic traditions, such as calligraphy and painting, which emphasize the importance of simplicity, spontaneity, and harmony with nature. Taoism has also had a significant impact on Chinese literature, with many of the greatest works of Chinese literature, including the Tao Te Ching, being influenced by Taoist ideas and principles. Taoism has also influenced Chinese philosophy, with many philosophers drawing on Taoist concepts and ideas in their work. Today, Taoism continues to be an important philosophical and religious tradition in China and around the world. Taoist practices such as meditation, Qigong, and acupuncture have become popular in many parts of the world, and Taoist ideas and principles continue to inspire and influence people from all walks of life. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the vibrant tapestry of Chinese civilization. We hope that this program has given you a deeper appreciation of the many cultural, philosophical, and historical treasures that China has to offer. From the ancient wisdom of Taoism and Confucianism to the technological innovations of the Tang dynasty and beyond, Chinese civilization has left an indelible mark on the world. As we continue to explore and appreciate the richness of Chinese culture and history, we can better understand and appreciate our own place in the global story of human civilization.